and we're with the Santa Barbara Middle School Teen Press, and this is
Madeline Levine.
So I have music lessons and drama, and then 2 hours of homework on top of that. At what point of all the homework and everything do you think it crosses the line of being too much?
What grade are you in?
7th.
Well, you have an hour too much homework a night, because 1 hour is a lot better than 2. But how do you feel? Do you feel you're doing too much?
Some nights it varies. It'll seem like a little too much, but other nights
not so much.
Not so much.
So if I said to you, you could give up one of those things, what would you give up?
And it can be any of these? The homework.
The homework. Okay, so you probably can't give that up, right? Although you could talk to your mom about it being too much and maybe get a little less. But of your extracurriculars, what would you give up?
Uh-oh. I don't know.
So it sounds like you like it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think as long as you're doing something you really like, that's cool. If you're not getting 9 hours of sleep a night, 9.5, that's not cool. And then you might have to think about it. But if you're having fun and doing 2 things in addition to school, I think that's okay. Okay?
All right. Which of these two, is it in your opinion, is it the race that's the problem, or is it the nowhere that's the problem?
That's a great question. Is it the race or is it the nowhere? I think it's both. I mean, if you're going to be in a race, you want to be going somewhere. So I'm not sure that I can separate those 2 things, but I think the idea that kids are spending so much of their life doing stuff that ultimately doesn't make much difference. We know that where you go to school is not going to determine your life. Not how much money you make, not how happy you are. So, we all want kids to do their best, but there's a way in which you want to work towards a goal that works for you. You might be interested in Stanford, you might be interested in a creative program, you might be interested in a practical program. You're young, you might want to try a whole bunch of different things to see what you're interested in. So the idea is to make sure you get exposed to a variety of things so you can choose what suits you.
All right. Okay. Emily and I are in middle school, and we're beginning to make decisions by ourselves, for ourselves. How involved do you think parents should be?
I think parents' job is to keep kids safe, and what it takes to keep kids safe changes as you develop better judgment. So it's kind of like people will say, well, would I let my son walk down the block at your age? Yes. I was just at a talk with a bunch of people, and I asked them how many of them would let their kids walk to the next block, expecting them to say like at age 10, and they said at age 14, and it was like, you won't let your kid? Now that's too much, because you need to learn how to do that and be comfortable. And so, it's gradual. You let your kid walk down the block, and then maybe if they have a cell, they call you, and then they cross, you make sure that they're safe. And then I think you let you and your child discuss what the child wants to do next and what you're comfortable with. So it's sort of a joint project.
So it's Sunday, and I have a big science test tomorrow, and if I don't get A's in my classes, I won't be able to go to a school I really like. And I'm 12, and I'm kind of stressed out about that, so what should I do?
I would ask you to think about the school that you really want to go to. If you have to have all A's, that means you're going to be missing a lot of opportunities to learn different things, because in order to, like I just told him, to try different things, you got to try some things you're good at, some things you're not so good at. So from my point of view, any place that says, oh, you have to have all, whatever the grade is, it depends on the kid, right? Some kids, like I said about myself, I can't find my way to my hotel, but I could get up and give a speech. So I don't think you should ever feel that you have to have perfect grades. And then that might mean, you're right, that might mean you might not get into the school that you want, but you also have to think long-term what stress does to a 12-year-old. When headaches, when stomach aches, you can't sleep. If you're starting to move to that point, it's not good for your health.
As much as we want the race to go away, I don't think it's going to go away right away. How do you think we kids should deal with it right now?
Well, you know, I have this program at Stanford called Challenge Success, and we have over 100 schools around the country, and they come in with a principal and a teacher and a counselor and parent and 2 kids, because we believe that kid voice is very important in terms of change. And we even have schools that have come to us because the kids went to administration and said, this isn't working, we need some help. So I think part of this is to get everybody to feel that they have some power again. And, you know, you get together with a group and you say, you know, we're interested in changing this or we're interested in changing that. The administration is interested in helping you learn the best you can. So don't think just because you're a kid you don't have any power. You do.
All right. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Yeah.